Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about generators. I got a couple of solutions I want to cover real quick. Now, I've got thorough generator videos I'll link below, like how to select a generator and all the different things about them. So if you're interested, check that out. But today, I'm just going to talk about two solutions. So in the previous video, I showed a whole house battery backed solar power system that's fully integrated. And I showed a portable solar power system. Now in either case, if you get into a storm and it's been rainy and cloudy and everything for days on end, you're going to need a generator to back up either one of those. Okay, so let's start with the big battery backed solar power system for the whole house. I back this up with a WGen 9500DF from Westinghouse. It puts out 9,500 watts continuous, 12,500 peak, when it's running on gasoline, and a little less when it's running on propane. I've had it for 4 years. This is my go-to generator. I use it all the time in every storm or hurricane. It's always been reliable, it always fires up, and it's worked great. The only thing I don't like about it is that it puts out dirty power. It doesn't have a clean sine wave like you get from an inverter generator. So you wouldn't want to run any sensitive electronics off of it, okay? But that doesn't really matter because that's not how you're going to want to use this anyway. And here's sort of the trick, right? This is why it's so powerful to have a solar generator combined with a gas generator. And that is, if you're stuck in a hurricane and you only have gas generator, then you're running this thing 24/7 if you want power 24/7. And it costs a fortune. Like to run this thing's probably a gallon an hour, depending on how much load you have on it. So, 24 times 3, I mean, you're at 75 bucks or more if you run it 24/7. Let's say you only run it, half the time and it costs you half as much. So it's expensive to run. And you might not even be able to store that much fuel, and you probably can't get fuel during a hurricane. Most of the gas stations are empty. If there's one or two open, the line's 5 hours long. So you really just don't want to run your generator nonstop like that. Well, that's where the battery backed solar comes in. So what I do is I plug this thing in through a transfer switch, and I pipe that power into my battery bank. And the other thing is you're running it at I'll probably run 5,000-6,000 watts continuous. So you're hitting it pretty hard. Versus if you were just running it on your house, there'd be hours and hours where you only have maybe 800 watts. You'd be wasting a lot of that gas and a lot of that power. Where here you're just running it pretty hard and you're putting all that power into your battery bank. Then you shut it off, let's say after a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then you can run off your battery bank for the rest of the day. So that's great. That's why I use this big one for the whole house system. And if I'm running the little portable generator, I have a little Honda that I use to charge that battery. But I would probably recommend, if you're going out and getting something now, this Harbor Freight generator. It's the Predator 3500. I think it puts out 3,000 watts continuous and 3,500 peak. But you can usually pick these up for, I think the list price is probably $800, but you could get, I've seen it, if you get a coupon, you can get them as low as 600 bucks. And they're a really popular generator, and they're known to be pretty reliable. I don't have one, but that's what their reputation is. So it's the same idea. You're using the gas generator to back up your solar, but you're just charging the batteries, reducing the amount of gas you have to store and the cost to burn it. It just makes for a great solution. So next up, we'll be talking about the fuel. We got to store gas, we got to store diesel, and we got to store propane. So that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next one.